We're one transformer 立ち上がれ We're one transformer 工具パワーチェンジ We're one chance 戦え時を超え One touch 変形かっこいい One word 世界をひとまとめ 航空の力でトランスフォーマー One 勇気振り絞り二人心一つ燃え上がれ We're one トランスフォーマー立ち上がれ We're one トランスフォーマー工具パワーチェンジ戦えトランスフォーマー One Only Number エリータ犬ならつながる俺たち一緒に一度の人生二人心一つ燃え上がれ To all I want トランスフォーマー立ち上がれ To all I want トランスフォーマー工具パワーチェンジ戦えトランスフォーマー One We're one
And now, through the magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future, Transformers Slag Podcast.
What up, everybody? How we all doing this Saturday night? So Transformers Slag Podcast Saturday Night Livestream main event. I'm your host, Proto Man. I'm the face that runs this place. I'm the voice you hear Monday to Friday, and it is Saturday night. It's BotCon weekend. Fortunately, I'm not at BotCon. Everything kind of happened last second. Didn't get a chance to plan my schedule around it, but you got to deal with me here Saturday night if you are not at BotCon. So yeah, have fun if you're at BotCon. If not, you're stuck with me for the next 2 hours or so. How we all doing? We've got our patrons and YouTube members that are filing in. It's been quite a good week in the Transformer world. Some cool stuff came in the mail. We have a reveal today, another reveal. We have 3 weeks of reveals. We did one last week. We got one this week, and we have actually 2 reveals next week. So a lot of good stuff that we're going to be popping off with. First, let's take a look at the chat. We got James Hopskin. We got Rudy Mack. How you doing, Rudy Mack? We got Horned Owl. We got Will Murphy. Cringe McCringle. What up, Cringe? We got Patrick Brown, T-Formers 2002, who's also a patron. We got Talib, Patrick Brown. I think I covered. Ashnut is here too. We got any other patron people in the chat? Just want to make sure we cover everybody here. Bigums is here too. Wonder if Aaron's gonna find time to sneak in. Either way, how we all doing? Also want to give a shout out to. I'm telling you, I didn't. You don't know the thing. So for people who are regulars of the live stream, they know that I have this guy here that's been chilling on my microphone for many, many years. And I only learned recently that the creator of Kinniku Man watches the live streams. So I want to give a shout out to Takashi Shimada, one half of the creators of Kinniku Man, aka Ultimate Muscle, if you want to know in the West. Udeme Tamago, as they're called, as their pen name together. Apparently, they're fans of the podcast, and he was watching one of the live streams and saw Nisei, aka Kid Muscle, aka Kinikuman Nisei, and was like, "Oh, this guy's a fan of," and so he's now following me on Twitter and the socials. So again, shout out to Shimada-san. That's pretty awesome. That's something that I've been a fan of for many years. Is now a fan of the stupidity that we do here. Oddly enough, probably because I talk about wrestling too. So I guess we cover both of those worlds. Either way, shout out to him also. Great stuff. So we're going to cover the news again. We have some little updates here and there, some housekeeping of info, little things. Aaron, what are you doing? Aaron, come on, man. Like, what are you watching us? You're at BotCon. Go chill with people on a Saturday night. What are you doing here? Aaron, next week we'll have the reveals. Next week. You could chill, get a beer, relax over there. Unless BotCon's that boring? Come on. It looked packed. I saw the images. Looked pretty good. Looked pretty good. I'd like to make it in the future. If I would have known more ahead of time, I would have planned stuff. But to get a plane ticket that late in the game and hotels and all of that, so definitely next time for sure. But either way, let's move the camera back a little more. I already screwed it up. Rice with cow. Ain't that the truth? At least with the dub. So we're gonna jump into the news. We got quite a few things to cover. We got a reveal. So we'll do a whole bunch of stuff. Was Cringe says here, hey Proto, speaking of wrestling, did you see Paul Heyman took the announcement table bump? Yeah, I did actually. I don't think it's the first time he's done that kind of stuff though. Paul Heyman, I think during ECW, I think he took a bump or two. Especially ECW, everything was crazy hardcore back then. Good old times. So let's jump into the news. We're going to cover some things. Once again, if you want to help support the podcast, hit that super chat button and give your opinions on what's going on in this crazy world of the robots in the skies. Ask some questions. Maybe you have a question for Butters if he comes to join us. I think he's here right now. He's every time I talk on the podcast now, he just comes on and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" You know, all the other animals they chill and they don't do anything with him. He's all like, "What's going on?" So let's start first with our Walmart exclusive Star Raiders. The only member that we have not seen in his entirety, and it's that of the Star Raiders Deluxe Class Road Pig, which this image comes courtesy of the Lockdown instruction sheet, because some people have gotten their hands on Lockdown from the Star Raiders. And on his instructions, they show how you could take two pieces of Lockdown and kind of give them these side pieces, if you will, to kind of make, like, I guess we could call them sidecars for a motorcycle, or try to give it that more fat road pig kind of easy rider style. I don't know what it's trying to do, to be honest. More so the sidecar, I imagine. But I mean, the big takeaway that I get from this is we could kind of see what the deco might be a little bit different from the Crash Bar that it's based on, or more so, like I said in my individual segment, Crash Bar had all this tooling from day one to be a road pig, except the head sculpt. So we will see. We'll see. But this is our first look at him in some shape or form. I mean, it's not much, but at least we know on the gas can it's going to have the Transformers. If you want kind of a deeper look at the comparisons side by side and everything, go check out the individual segment and my breakdown of that. We put a lot into it, so go check it. Speaking of cars and stuff and everything, we have our first look of the premium line of Transformers Hot Wheels crossover. And when I say premium, it's because Hot Wheels has kind of like different price points and stuff, and whenever they do their licensed premium kind of die-cast 1/64 scale, that's a lot more expensive than their $1.20 fare that we're normally used to with the blue card back. This is stuff that like the Mario Kart is under, some of the more high-end repaints of their molds and everything. And Transformers is going to have, this is their very first wave, the first wave of 5. These are going to come in cases of 15, one of each. So there is no chase. You don't have to worry about that. These are all even. But it's pretty much movie characters and a very odd looking G1 Bumblebee using the custom Volkswagen Beetle mold that Hot Wheels has had for like 3 decades now. Actually, 3 decades is probably doing it nicely, probably 4 decades now. So hey, we got Crosshairs, we got Drift, we got Stinger and Barricade. 3 of them haven't been done in 1/64 scale through RPM or Speed Stars, so I guess those would be the ones, if you've been collecting diecast up to this point, you'd probably want to get. The Bumblebee's an interesting one. I don't know if it appeals because it's not really a screen accurate anything. And in my opinion, if you already got the RPM Barricade, I think it's better than this one. I've done side-by-side comparisons, and it looks like there's less paint deco on this. So I think Hot Wheels actually lost out to Hasbro. Well, Mattel anyhow lost out to Hasbro when it comes to doing diecast at a premium price point, because the RPMs were, if I remember correctly, $2 to $3.50 American, where these back in the day, back in like 2009 when RPM started, were $4 each. So I guess Hasbro wins this time. We don't know if there's designs under the chassis. Is there going to be like a robot head or something? But we'll see as time progresses. This is just an early image that we got of the case assortment and how it's going to roll out. Hopefully, we'll get more info. But I don't know. As I'm a big diecast guy, if you saw on my Twitter, I posted like the complete run of RPMs up to that point when I took that photo. I think that was like in 2011 or something. I've updated that photo since then, but I mean, it was like 20 feet of RPM figures of RPM diecast. So these intrigue me, but the fact that it's at the premium price point, which I mean, today those are going to be like $6-7 American, which for me as a Canadian is going to be like $10 a piece. I don't know. I'm gonna see. Maybe the Drift. Maybe I'll pick just him up because he's kind of cool. Maybe the Wyra, aka the Stinger. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of hot and cold on these ones right now. I had much more higher hopes of uniqueness instead of going back to the movie well, because I mean the movie stuff has been done through Jada. Jada had the license, and let's be real, when Jada had the diecast license, it wasn't selling very well for the movie stuff. So for now, Hot Wheels to do it, unless the Hot Wheels collectors pick up the slack that the other collectors didn't care about, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to sound negative, but I do have my reservations on this one. Then we have our mystery pre-order here that came courtesy of Takara Tomy. We got to see some of the other items, the VNR that we already have here, but they're getting the pre-orders for it. The Bingo Sport Optimus Prime Convoy, the 40th Selection G1 movie reissue masterpiece MPM 3 Bumblebee, and then we got a mystery item here. Some fans have speculated that it might be the Shadow Black Repaint Lio Convoy MP. That's a possibility. I mean, the silhouette is clearly, they just took the silhouette of Studio Series Optimus Prime from Transformers 1, and they just kind of just used that. But that's clearly not Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, judging by the release date here, which is supposed to be next year. I really doubt that would be the case. So we'll see what happens with that. But there is a mystery MPG item that is in the fold that will be coming, and we will see what that is. It's not the other one that we're going to be talking about soon enough because the dates don't match up here. Then we have, of course, our San Diego Comic-Con exclusive items. So first, we're going to talk about Fractured Friendships with Orion Pax, and they don't call him D16 here; they just call him Megatron because I don't recall him ever being called D16 in the IDW comics. But oh no, maybe he was. No, he definitely wasn't called that in the Alex Milne run. But either way, because this is what this is based on. This is based on the Alex Milne run Megatron Origins. Megatron, that design specifically from issue number 2, colored by the legendary Josh Perez, which really made it pop and everything. And then you got the Optimus Prime Orion Pax. It's based off of the Chaos Theory Alex Milne issues, which were, geez, I want to say issue 18 and 19. Correct me if I'm wrong, where it was more a cop kind of Optimus Prime. I mean, these are really cool. I dig these designs. I know people are tired of the Siege mold at this point. I misnumbered it. It wasn't 11 releases. It's actually 12 it's up to this point. I totally forgot about one of the Generation Selects ones. So there's going to be 12 different repaints or retools of this mold, including this one. So it's definitely entering that Seeker or Sideswipe mold territory now. But I mean, it's still cool. They did a good job. It's a straight up repaint of the minor one that we got with the Amazon exclusive. It comes with new weapons. It comes with the GoBot stabbing sword, as I like to call it, and the GoBot killing hammer. So that's pretty cool. The cool paint scheme that matches Alex Milne and Josh Perez's coloring. The Optimus does a great job with the Studio Series Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Optimus. So it looks good. It looks good. I don't know if it's 70.99 good. I'm gonna be at San Diego Comic-Con. I'll and hum over it. Probably will end up getting it though. So, but it's just something where I don't know. It's unfortunately it's one of these items that won't go on clearance. Like at best you could hope for somehow there's dead stock of this and it shows up in Ollie's. But yeah, I wouldn't roll the dice on this one yet. So we will see. We will see. But otherwise, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. If I could get just the Megatron, I would, because the Megatron that really speaks to me because I have a little bit of nostalgia for that Megatron Origins book 2009 stuff. That was the first time I met Alex Milne before we created our little business relationship together and cool stuff with that. Chris W with the $2 super chat. Have you seen the MP59 video? What are your impressions? If you're referring to the Rhinox, yes, I did. Transformation looks just as good as I expected. The face swapping gimmick on him is wild. I probably should have taken a picture of that to show you guys. The way you could change his face sculpts, man, talk about like some uncanny valley weirdness that's going on with that. Would have been cool if he had like an LED light in there, though. It would have been really nice. But I dig it. I have it on pre-order. It's any of the masterpiece Beast Wars guys. They've all been designed by Yuki Ashima, the guy who designed the Kiss Play stuff. He's knocked them all out of the park. And I feel like he gets carte blanche on the budget or something because they always turn out absolutely amazing, regardless of how big or small they are. And Rhinox is going to be a great addition. He's just going to be. I mean, I'm looking right now at my masterpiece Beast Wars collection, and right now I have the Generations Thrilling 30 Rhinox standing in his place. So that's going to be replaced finally. That's going to be joining the Generations display all those years. But now if we could just replace that Rat Trap. I'm still using the Thrilling 30 Rat Trap because the Core Class one just doesn't fit in with it. But I dig it. I dig it. Looks good. Looks sweet. I like it a lot. Next up with some SDCC stuff, we also have this boy here, which I'm extremely excited about. Very, very, very excited. We're talking about the Marvel Legends Death's Head, which if you're a UK Marvel Transformer comic book reader, you know exactly who this boy is. But if you're like me, who for many, many years was a Marvel trading card collector, this is exactly what that box is trying to be. Look at that. Look at the box. And then look at that. Of course, if you saw my Twitter post too. So that's really cool. I'm so stoked about this. This I'm 100% getting. $39.99 Marvel Legends booth at Hasbro. I am 100% picking this one up. That is so cool. I mean, I have my theories that this is a brand new tooling. It's a brand new sculpt, and I could totally see they're doing this for San Diego Comic-Con, and then they'll do something. Look, it's all Hasbro. They could totally take this, give it the green color scheme, give it the more, Simon Furman, Andrew Wildman, UK Transformer comic books coloring, put it in a Transformer branded box, Marvel Legends / Transformers crossover. It's not like they haven't done Marvel Transformer crossovers before in the recent, let alone, during the Aaron Archer era. So it wouldn't be out of the question for them to do something like this. So if you can't pick up this one, I just have this gut feeling we'll see it again at some point. I just have this gut feeling. But if you're a fan of this box art design, based off of the Impel 1991 Marvel trading cards. I mean, I don't pass this up. This looks so cool. This looks so cool. I dig it. Multiple changing hands, different weapons, makes that 3 and a 3/4 one look like nothing in comparison. And it'll scale well because this is easily going to be 6 to 7 inches tall. So it'll also scale well with your deluxes and Voyager class Transformers. So love it. It's great. Sign me up for that one for sure. Piece of history, man. Piece of history. Then we got some Transformer books. We have the Transforma Encyclopedia, which is shipping out as of yesterday on the left, which is a 121-page full color book about the history of Transformers, kind of celebrating the 40th anniversary in a lot of ways. Then we have all the way on the right the Transformers Go Go book. That one's going to be shipping out in late July. That's a manga tome price. You know, it's also like 120 pages, but it's manga, so it's obviously a smaller book. It's some pages won't be colored in. There is going to be unique stories, but there'll also be some previously printed stories in the individuals. That one is going to be about $8 USD, or in this case, 1,300 yen. And then we got the Transformers Fan Book 2024. We do not have the cover yet, but we do know the exclusive figure that's going to be coming with this, the Shining Thunder Bumblebee, which is a clear repaint of the core class Bumblebee that we got through Buzzworthy. This is going to be ridiculously cheap. You know, it's 1,760 yen, which is about $11 USD. So you're going to get a exclusive Transformer figure, and you're going to be getting it with a really cool book with a whole kind of puzzles and games and everything. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love any of these Japanese books. I mean, I don't want to throw shade at any of the American books that have been put out in the past. I mean, there's been a few good ones, but the Japanese source books are always a step above. They go above and beyond with the way they document stuff. And I mean, if you can't read it, there's always ways to translate these things, especially if you have an iPhone. So they're great books, and I'm definitely interested. The last year fan book, the 2023 one we talked about on the podcast, the core class Optimus Clear, that sold out in 24 hours, and now it's being scalped for like $50 from an investment of $11. So don't sleep on this Bumblebee. I'm just saying, because the same thing's going to happen on Yahoo Japan, not on Yahoo Japan, on Amazon Japan. It's probably going to sell it. So stay tuned for that. And then we have, in a blurry nature, we have our MPG 12, our next masterpiece MPG. That's a different release date than the teaser one here. And it's that of the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime based off of the MP 3.0 Convoy mold. No trailer, of course, to keep the MSRP down. This is going to be $204 USD. And it's obviously not going to have the trailer, and that's how they keep the price down. Comes with the Ion Blaster, 2 unique color waved Energon axes and blast accessory, a Matrix of Evil, a battle damaged swappable head, and a clip accessory to attach to stands and everything. Hey man, you knew it was going to happen. MP10 had a, shattered glass version. The Earthrise version had a shattered glass version. If there's an Optimus mold, sooner or later, if it's G1, it gets the purple treatment. And the Bakon 2008 Shattered Glass Prime lives on all these decades later. Isn't that wild? So pretty rad stuff. And now we got an exclusive reveal today. So last week, might as to reiterate, we revealed the Battle Damage Sludge, which is going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Any inventory that is not sold out by that weekend will be allocated to the web shop of SymbiotStudios.com after the convention. So if you are interested in the Battle Damage version, which is the pop-out eyes, it will be on SymbiotStudios.com on either Monday or Tuesday. Just check out SymbiotStudios.com. Keep hitting that refresh button and grab him before he sells out, because the SDC stuff sells out, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You got to be on top of that. But we have a new one to reveal today, and it's another Symbiot Studio release, but this time it is a mass release. This will be available on the web shop soon, so stay tuned for that. But back by popular demand, He came out once and he sold out right away. They did a version 2.0, slightly different, and it sold out right away. So now, reworked from the ground up to be extremely screen accurate, we have today Dinobot Leader Grimlock version 3 is here. Now with a more screen accurate plush look to him, with his little arms and everything like that. So this will be available on the website within the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that one too. I probably can't confirm right now how much inventory of this will be at San Diego. I'll probably give you an update next week on that. But this is something that is going to be up for pre-order very soon. He keeps selling out. The Dinobots keep selling out. And now he's on there. So check it out, yo. Dinobot Leader Grimlock version 3 is here. So check it out, yo. And of course, all the other beautifulness from Symbiot Studios. Go check them out. Their plush, their pins, and their t-shirts. And here's where we at this point. You know, some stuff is selling out. Some stuff is still available. But we have some good news for you guys, too, on top of all the inventories. We're going to have a few more reveals from Symbiot Studios. Not next week. Next week is not Symbiot Studio related reveals. It's going to be some TFCon related stuff for my patrons, as well as people are going to be at the con. And we have another reveal on top of that one. We're going to have 2 special reveals for that, too. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff happening. And of course, all the other Symbiot Studios product that is available to us. But we have also some good news. Going into San Diego Comic-Con starting today, Symbiot Studios is going to be doing a pre-San Diego Comic-Con sale on select items. So if you want to pick up some Transformer plush on the ridiculously cheap, you can pick up Hot Rod, you can pick up Ultra Magnus, Bumblebee, Megatron, Soundwave 2.0, good old Primal. Let's pull in Primal here. I don't know why. I don't know why this man ain't getting much love. Pick up the Primal, man. Come on. Boom, boom, boom. You know? Primal there. Primal is $10. $10. Get a monkey in your bed. And not the one in your pants. Cobra Commander. We had Snake Eyes on sale. He sold out. The Red Power Ranger and the 2 Zords of the Dragon Zord and the Dino Zord of T-Rex. All of those guys, they're on sale right now on SymbiotStudios.com. Pick them up, 50% off, some of them even cheaper. This is all a pre-San Diego sale because there's going to be a whole new wave of inventory coming up, and those sales won't last after that. So check it out, yo. Good stuff. SymbiotStudios.com. And thank you, Symbiot, for sending us the madness and being a awesome sponsor of the pod. So check them out, yo. Check them out, SymbiotStudios.com. Then we have the Toy Armada. We got the latest segment popping off. Of course, if you have not checked it out already, go check it out. A good hour and a half or so of me and Aaron Archer prattling about the beauty of Vector Prime and Thundertron and how they tie to, creating lore and everything like that. Really good listen. A lot of behind the scenes stuff that really has not ever been public of the designs of Vector Prime and Thundertron. A lot of cool stuff there. We have another segment that I hope to have probably out within next week or so. Not much of a visual segment because it's more just a business talk one, although there will be some images here and there. But that should be up probably next week, so you'll get another hour-long segment too of the Toy Armada before going into TFCon Toronto weekend. So be sure to check that out. If you're already subscribed here, go subscribe to the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. You can hear my voice over there too, along with the man Aaron Archer himself. Besides, why would you want to hear my voice again? Listen to Aaron talk about toys. He knows what he's talking about. And speaking of Aaron, if you haven't picked it up already at BotCon, The Art of Transforming Robots Volume 2 Color Edition, the very last of it is being sold at BotCon and TFCon. After that, it's gone. So I suggest going online and picking it up if you haven't already, because Volume 3 is coming and it's going to be debuting very soon. So check that out too. Again, archermonster.com/shop. $20 gets you the book, $15 gets you a custom sketch inside the book extra. Good stuff. Again, archermonster.com/shop. And of course, all his Posca paintings. I don't know if any of these are still available. They might already be sold. Aaron would have to confirm that. There might be new ones. I don't know. He's at BotCon this weekend, so there's a lot of there's a lot of transactions that I'm sure that are happening that we're not aware of. So, but check those out too, of whatever is still available on archermonster.com/shop, and pick those up while you can. Own a piece of history on a beautiful, more than 20-year-old piece of instruction sheet. And that's it, more or less, for the news and the sponsors. Let's talk about afterwards some stuff that we got. We'll take some super chats from the fans. So, what did we get? What did we get? So, this came in the mail. Super stoked about this. This set was probably, out of all the stuff that we saw from that Doom and Destruction kind of imprint, uh, this is the one that I feel is going to age the best in a lot of ways. I don't really see Hasbro revisiting these characters as slavishly as I see them here today, especially these two guys. I mean, man, they look great. If you saw on my Instagram and my Twitter account, I did a little historical of every single one of Barrage here, and I mean, they look amazing in person. I was quite surprised how well these turned out. They looked amazing in the photos too, but messing with them in person, it's crazy how a few little 5 millimeter peg little bug legs can make all the difference. And yeah, you will be getting a photo shoot of Chop Shop at some point. That one will be coming too. Fun fact: this was actually the first Insecticon toy I ever owned. Was the original '85 Chop Shop before any of the bombshells, the shrapnels, or any of them. I owned a deluxe Insecticon Chop Shop back in the day. So really cool. Dig that one too. So expect a photo shoot of that also. And that's it, more or less. Didn't really get much else in the mail. Kind of just been preparing over the past couple of days for TFCon coming up, and after TFCon is going to be San Diego Comic-Con, so it's just boom, boom, boom. July is going to be an absolutely crazy month. Between we have Montreal Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, we have the TFCon Toronto, then we have Otakuthon Montreal, which is like the second largest anime convention in North America. It's it's crazy. It's absolutely wild the next couple of weeks for me. So yeah, we're gonna try to take care of all of that. Let's see, what do we got here? What's up, Michael Butcher? Welcome to the pod. And but yeah, also want actually I just remembered too because I just saw it at the corner of my eye. Also want to say rest in peace, Chris Wiggs, the creator and inventor of Polly Pocket, but more specifically for me, Mighty Max. I always have my Doom Zone Skull Mountain playset nearby. It's my favorite Mighty Max playset. He passed away at the age of 75 on June 10th, I believe it was, just a couple of days ago. He was 75 years old. He passed away in France. His story was pretty cool. Like he wasn't really a toy inventor. He was just like an engineer, and his daughter wanted to have a doll, but she wanted to have something that she could bring with when they take trips and stuff. So he took a little, compact used for makeup that he got from his wife, which was a wood one, and he kind of hollowed it out and created some little figures and everything, and sold the idea to Bluebird, which was a European toy company. It exploded in 1989, and then Polly Pocket became huge. And then because Polly Pocket was huge, Bluebird, along with Mattel, were like, "Hey man, why don't you make a boy version?" And well, the rest was history. Oh yeah, I love this playset. I love it. It's the best. And all the copycats that followed afterwards. Marvel ended up doing little pocket play sets, Primal Rage, The Tick. I mean, you could even argue that the Beast Wars, Arachnid, and Orkanox microverse ones were, a little bit of Micro Machines, but also a little bit of what, Polly Pocket and Mighty Max were doing around that time. So, R.I.P. Chris Wiggs, you know, dude was a legend. So, a lot of cool stuff from our childhood. Ashnud says Venom was my first. Wings are broken. Oh yeah, well that's the translucent wings. Those clear, like I think they're like yellow orange. Those translucent wings. They're very fragile. It's on the joint. A lot of those I bought and sold like two or three of those, and always like that's something that either it's broken or it's like hanging. James Hopkins, I got my Doom and Destruction set delivered last week, and it's sweet. Goes well with Ransack. Yeah, I have the Ransack too. I don't remember. Did I do a photo shoot of the Ransack one? Because that came in that buzzworthy Bumblebee 4-pack, which again, that was like the money item of that set. It's always like that. It's always like that. There's always something. But I'm telling you, these guys, if you didn't get them, guys, I'm telling you, pick them. If you could somehow get them for MSRP, do, because this is something that I feel like 5 years from now, it's gonna go the value. Because us Transformer fans, it's always about how could I get the best version of that character in my collection? And I don't see these guys getting masterpieces anytime soon because of their obscure nature. They're pretty much existing because of the retooling of previously existing Insecticon molds. I just, like, how would they revisit it and do the exact same vibe again? I don't see that. Not to mention they did it as a Amazon kind of exclusive, so they're able to sell it in and do this wacky stuff that wouldn't work in retail. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised. I forget what the MSRP was on this. What was this? This was two deluxes. So I think it was what, 79, 69. I guarantee if this thing's going to be minimum like 120 to like 150 bucks in a few years. I know it. People are going to start like just up in the sale for these. So if you have not picked it up, just a warning now. Just a warning now. um, Angel of Investortron. How you doing, Angel? Is this your first super chat? I met Aaron Archer again at BotCon 2024. I guess the BotCon today. Always a really cool guy. I hope so. I've never met the dude. I'm just joking. I told him because of you, I now know about just about everything about him. Well, I don't think I've said everything about Aaron Archer. I never told anyone how many nipples he has. He could have two, but he might have only one. We'll never know. We'll never know. And I'm not talking. That's all I'm saying. Maybe he has one, two, three. We don't know. We don't know. It's like an eye. It's like Tenshinhan from Dragon Ball. Um, but yeah, Aaron Archer's awesome. You know what I mean? I always say it's always fun to talk to Aaron because you could sit under the learning tree. And I'm all about knowledge. I'm all about learning things. There's always something to learn. I like to believe, I don't want to sound arrogant, that I'm one of the most knowledgeable Transformer fans. And there's still stuff that I have to learn. There's always new things I learn about in this hobby all the time. There's always like a new twist or a new turn or something new. Oh, this was an homage of that or whatever, There's always something that's new to learn, to discover. And I mean, no joke, like when we do the toy Armada, sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Make a note, write something down in my notes. Trust me, it happens a lot. Happens a lot. Thank you for the super chat, Angel, and I hope you're having a awesome BotCon weekend. I wish I was there. Thank you. Talib, I got my bugs last week as well. Yeah, you know what? Because I'm Canadian. I got it on Friday. Like it just showed up and I was like, yeah, so happy. So happy about it. I love the wrapping of the tissue paper with the Autobot emblems. I want to get like an entire like roll of that Autobot tissue paper. It's pretty cool. Hey, Hasbro, why don't you sell that on the individual, You can make some money on stuff that you have in the factories. T-Formers 2002, my Insecticon showed up this week. And the Windsweeper breakdown pack will be here in a couple days. Yeah, I didn't get that one yet. See, I got it just for the Windsweeper because I, kind of had something to do with the original. So, I have like a little bit of a bias towards that one just because I had something to do with the design of that one. So, and the story, the copyright specifically. James Hopkins, I think I paid 50. Okay, so it was 58. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, it's two deluxes and it's an exclusive. So sometimes they put that like $5 exclusive tax on it, as I like to call it. But I mean, guys, I'm telling you, you're not going to find it for $60 in 5 years from now. This is going to be bananas. There's certain items like you see them and you just go like, oh boy, oh boy. Like it's the same thing when I saw DevCon, Legacy Evolution DevCon. I was like, yeah, we're never going to do that accurate again. And that thing just went up in value instantly. Instantly. So there's certain ones like in my gut, I go, yeah, pick them up while you can. Pick them up while you can. Where are we at? I don't want to lose my spot here. Ashnud, I got my Target Prime and Party Wallop. I didn't get the Party Wallop yet. That one I have like I feel like if I could get it on sale and then I could buy a bunch of them and then I could do all the turtles. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Where are we at here? Patrick Brown, laugh out loud. Uh, my bet three. I don't know. I guess people are having. Patrick Brown, my Hasbro Pulse Tidal Wave pre-order says it ships next week. That I haven't gotten a pre-order of the Tidal Wave. That's another one too. I'm like, ooh, how do I want to go about this and not break the bank? You know, it looks great, but it's like, ugh, expensive. James Hobbs, you have the connections, you could get that proto. You know what, guys? I have to tell you something. You don't always get everything for free. You don't. You can't ask Derek Wyatt anymore. Rest in peace, Derek. But ask Derek Wyatt how many Transformers they sent him. Hasbro. Big fat zero. So how many animated toys he had? He had to buy them all in retail. Once in a while, I get sent a press kit. Every year, they send me a press kit, which is like whatever the theme is. I'm pretty sure around September they'll send like a Transformers 1 related press kit or something. They did a BotBots one, they did a Kingdom one. Um, so once in a while they send out these press kits, but I doubt they'll have like a Commander class, Titan class in it or something. It's always a little bit of everything, one deluxe, one this, one that. So, and chances are if it's Transformers 1, it'll probably be like one of each of the gimmick stuff and then probably the Optimus Studio series. That's just my guess. Maybe like the battle mask thing. I mean, kind of similar like what they did with Rise of the Beast when they sent me that one. A T-shirt, a book, a little note saying, don't review these past a certain date, which is really how Hasbro works when they send stuff to people. Wink, wink to the guys who steal stuff. Um, but yeah, Ashnud never even saw DevCon. Well, DevCon was also a tough one to find, but I mean, the market on him is so crazy right now. It's pretty nuts, and I feel sorry for people who aren't able to pick him up because short of them doing a reissue, I don't know. And that's why, again, this one here is even more potent because I doubt they'll do a reissue of these guys. These guys are too obscure. It's an exclusive, so they got to wait like 4 years before like that like I guess that contract breaks up or whatever, or 2 years. It's that I don't see them revisiting again. So if they're still available on Amazon, get them while you can. If you could somehow pick them up somewhere at a relatively good price in the secondary market, get them while you can. Because if you're kind of waiting for like a sale or for them to go down in value, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Billy B, how you doing, Billy? He's also a Patreon dude. How you doing, Billy? Uh, my Tidal Wave pre-order says it ships on July 3rd. Okay, so it is shipping out right away. I don't remember last year. Was the Nemesis shipping out before TFCon? I don't remember that. I don't remember. I know that Aaron got his Megatron in time, and that was like a later wave, like the Armada Megatron. That was a later wave, but he didn't get his Optimus, which was a Commander yet. So he didn't have the Commander class Optimus yet. I guess maybe the timeline's different. Last year we got everything earlier than last TFCon, which I believe was also like mid-July, if I remember. Either way, still good stuff. Still good stuff. Still good stuff. But I always say you have to find your opportunities on where to spend money in this hobby, because if you buy everything, you end up going broke. There's way too many times that people go like, "Oh my God, I put all these pre-orders in," and then like new stuff comes out and they go, "Okay, I got to cancel some pre-orders so I could buy these things instead." It's really tough. Like the way that the inflation of the price of figures are right now. I mean, I did a whole segment talking about like the value of figures and how difficult it is right now to buy everything. Yeah, even if you just wanted to buy like just generations related stuff. James Hopkins, there are folks who already have their tidal wave. Oh, wow. Okay. Then someone has to do a combiner photo already. I'm waiting for TF Source to get theirs in. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. But yeah, like always watch your wallet. Always watch your wallet. Totally forgot about this guy too. The little Malleus Minotaurus with his little original 13 emblem on him. And I like the little blast effects that he comes with. Very cool. Repaint of Smashdown. A lot of cool stuff. Again, very, very happy with this set. Very, very happy with this set. And I totally forgot about this guy. I mean, that adds to the value too, because that has that exclusive blast effect that I believe Smashdown didn't have. So a lot of cool stuff. A lot of really cool stuff. But you got like me, how I usually function is I look at first wave stuff, I never run out in pre-order because that stuff is always plentiful. Like there's gonna be so much. Like, I mean, look at when we got Rise of the Beast. All those first wave studio series, some of them are still at my Walmart. I could probably still pick up Air Razor today. Like I could probably still walk into Walmart and pick up Air Razor. Like that's just how many of them there are. So there's certain items that just like I feel, you don't really have to rush out and pre-order. There will be opportunities. There will be like clearances. I already kind of displayed them, but like some of the other Rise of the Beast items that I showed last week that were on sale through Walmart Canada anyhow. But plug again to the podcast and the Patreon. If you're part of the Patreon, we post sales all the time that are happening in all your areas, both in USA and in Canada. So you got to be careful with your wallet. You know, I have a big, couple of conventions coming up. I'm always kind of hesitant with what I pick up. There's going to be exclusives that I'm going to be like, okay, put my money towards those because those will be more difficult to get in the long run later on. Mainline items, opportunities will present itself minus one or two certain characters. I learned my lesson many years ago with that. James says there's still Galvatrons, SS Starscream, and SS Sludges on the shelves. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The Starscreams, no joke. Like, God, those one is as cheap as like $15 even. Like they were like $15 at one point. It was crazy how much those like dive those leader classes. But again, but you know what the irony is? That sludge there, that Studio Series sludge, in 5 years from now, people are gonna want it. Watch. There's gonna be completists of the Dinobots and leader class, and they're gonna want that sludge, and now they're gonna want it. Well, like 5 years. You're gonna see. Uh Hornell, I gave my Malleus Minotaurus to my Springer. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Give him the hammer. With the new leader class having the hammer too. The way I see it, he's a living artifact forged by Solus. Well, that's until we get our Solus figure. Then you can put it in Solus's hand. Billy B, Studio Series 86 Ratchet is still shelf warming bad. Yeah, you know what? With me, it's Earthspark stuff, mainline Rise of the Beast stuff, specific Studio Series stuff like the core classes still aren't moving. Uh, Rise, like the Bumblebee from Rise of the Beast is sitting around. I still see the Cheetor. The core classes of a lot of the legacy stuff is still kind of kicking around. What else am I still seeing? The Thundertron collection. Oh my goodness. Not the Thundertron, the Toxitron collection, the Laser Cycle, and the Orange Jazz. I've seen those two, plentiful of them. And the watermelon, I call it the watermelon G2 Mirage, like those three. And I love them. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking at mine right now. They're gorgeous. But I have terrible taste, so I probably shouldn't count. But they're plentiful still. They're still kicking around all that Toxitron stuff. And imagine the Toxitron stuff is still kicking around, and we're about to see all this pirate stuff that's going to be coming soon with Star Raiders. So it'll be kind of weird to see. Imagine if you still had Speedia 500 stuff, Toxitron stuff, and the Star Raiders. 3 years of exclusives still lingering on the shelves. That'd be crazy. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Where is it? Patrick Brown. My pre-orders for Unique Toys, Dark of the Moon, Megatron came this week. I had to cancel it because I couldn't swing. Yeah, that's what happens, brother. That's what happens. People do a lot of pre-orders and then they go like, "Ooh, it's gonna get pricey. It's gonna get pricey." You know, gotta eat. Got to pay the bills. Don't want to be in the street with my robots. Billy B core class clearanced out over a month ago. Well, they're starting to phase them out completely. Cringe McCringle, who I don't know if he's still in the chat, who worked with Target, confirmed that they're clearancing it to finish it. It's done. So it's been for a while. Like, I mean, let's be real. Like, core classes were showing up in Ollie's. They were showing up at here, even in Canada, in Dollarama for like $3. They were really just kind of like, it's going on its way out. You know, it really is. So it's a shame. I like core class. A lot of cool designs came from it, but I don't really think it's goodbye so much as it's just going to get renamed into a different price point with a different goal in mind. That's all it is. Some people might, be happy if they turn it into like, they bring back the Minicon 2 packs and they do it as Micro Master. Excuse me, they bring back the Micro Master 2 packs and make them Minicon 2 packs. Who knows? You know, who knows? Who knows? It's a shame, but it's them always experimenting with the shelf space that they're given in retail. What do we do with that shelf space? How do we make something of that price point? And is it successful? If it does well, they keep going with it. Like, I mean, I just look at the lineage and history of the movie stuff. When you first started with 2009 movie, you had that legend scale, and then you kind of had like the scout price point, but it was more just a hangover of that kind of scout price point that existed with the Energon molds. And then when you went into Revenge of the Fallen, you just pretty much just had that small little legend scale. But then when you got into Dark of the Moon, the scout class was hot, really kind of show it came in between Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, but that scout class price point was really popular and really kind of held around for a bit. Then they shrunk back to Legends, then they brought Core class, which kind of is in between Legends and Scout. They're always trying to find something that sticks the landing. And if it sells gangbusters, it stays. If it doesn't sell, they move on to something else, you know? Billy B says that would be awesome. I guess the mini con idea. Patrick Brown, yeah, the mini con for a year in the core price point would be good with me. 2 pack. Well, considering how many figures we have that are of Armada origin now, and considering we have again these peg points, like here, I'll just pull it off of him, but we have all of these peg points that could be utilized that are, I mean, let's be real, are pretty much um, in a lot of ways inverted minicon pegs. There's something that could be done there. There's something that could be done there. Some kind of play pattern, some kind of fun display piece. If they're willing to do stuff with the 5 millimeter peg with all these modulators and building stuff, you could probably find a way to squeeze minicons into that too, outside of it being like a one-off pack-in, like with say the Hot Shot Hasbro Pulsar exclusive or something with the Jolt. Space them out over 4 waves. Well, I mean, the way I see it is you do it in the same way they did the Micromasters with Siege. You do mini cons and then you do stuff that's minicon-esque but not minicon. So like stuff that's also smaller characters, more tape cassettes. Oh, the cat is here. The cat is here. What's up? What's up, B? Come join everybody. But yeah. So you want to go on camera, boy? Here he is. Say hello. Um, where are we at here? T-Formers 2002 Elise Core class lasted longer than those poor Prime armors. And I love those. Again, I love the Prime armors just because I love Pretenders. I love Master Force. So those were totally aimed at me. I got to write the copy for the Metal Hawks, which was a nice little touch. So if you go to a parts party and see Proto Man has like 12 of them, there's a reason for that because they sent me like a case. But yeah, James Hopkins and the Cyber Planet Keys. Well, Cyber Planet Keys are really like a pack-in item. That's something that could. I like people posting. It's Butters with an S, by the way, but named after the South Park. I did not name him. A certain someone else named him. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. You want to say hi to everybody? Hey, dude. Hmm? Look at the camera up here with your green eyes. With your green eyes. Oh, he's pushing me. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I'll put you down, Mister. You want to be on my lap, but you don't want to be held. I'm gonna put your tail on my face. Um, where are we at here? But yeah, so the Cyber Planet keys, like the way I see it with those is those will just be pack-in items. Or what they could do, I mean, when you think about it, you take that mini con price point. Yeah, you'll have some 2-pack mini cons, but then you could have like one character and a Cyber Planet key, or maybe as an extra. I don't know. You know, I don't know. That all depends what the goal is and what the price point is. I mean, what if they make them 3-packs again? Wouldn't that be crazy? Go back to the old Minicon 3-packs, get those old teams back together, street action, military. Like that'd be crazy if they do that. Get a Star Saber back again. We haven't had a decent Star Saber Blade Minicon update in forever, you know? Considering that old mold got used like a billion times. No joke, probably a billion times across all of them. And then it gives them an excuse to use some old trademarks. You could use Jetstorm again as a trademark, Runway, bring those trademarks back from the dead or protect some of the others. Sneak in the Omega Lock by James. James says the Omega Lock. Well, then give us a Primus. Primus would have to come with the Omega Lock. That's if you get a Primus, you got to do the Omega Lock as a bonus, and then tie it back to all the planet keys that we got. Look, hey, if next year 2025 is the age of the primes, the original 13, Primus being the Titan class is not out of the question, and I'd be very happy to see that because that's what it should be. Because we haven't gotten anything of that 2006 mold except repaint after repaint over and over, you know, and re-release 3 different versions of the original Unicron head, Minicon pack-in, and then standalone. Then they did the Galaxy Force version with the G1 packaging. Then they did the Transformers 2010 repaint, which was like a mirror with Unicron kind of box. So that's 5. Then they did the Cybertron. I call it G2 Primus, the one that came with Age of Extinction. Was it Age of Extinction? No, it was the Last Night. So there's like 6 right there, 6 repaints of that mold. And I believe that was it. Yeah, there were 6 repaints of it. They didn't do any exclusive repaints of that one, but so they definitely you know, where are we at? James Hopkins, yeah, he would need a bigger Cyber Planet key to go with it, of course. Well, again, it would just, I mean, they wouldn't have like the flip out gimmicks. They wouldn't have any of that kind of stuff. It would definitely be something. I'm looking over because I'm just looking at looking at Primus. Can't see him because of the microphone, but all the Cybertron stuff from back in the day, and I mean, there's so many great ideas, and I like that the crew, in a lot of ways, they're kind of recognizing that early 2000s Transformer product for that generation of fans that grew up with that. That's not my generation. I didn't grow up with it, but I recognize that that is the buying power now. If you were a kid who was 5 during Armada, Energon, or Cybertron, you're in your mid to late 20s now. You're a buying power. You're someone that's going to have nostalgia for that stuff, you know? So there's those opportunities that definitely present themselves. Horndow, I would love some TF weapons of well-known artifacts, Star Saber, Wrecker Hammer, Polarity Gauntlets, and the Requiem Blaster. Well, that's a lot of Transformers Prime kind of stuff too. I mean, that was something that was a shame that they didn't like, you had Transformers Prime, the TV show, and then in Japan they had that Arms Micron line, which really was they were just Micromaster slash Minicon model kits that you had to build. But there could have been an opportunity to create some of those legendary weapons to be little microns and stuff, and unfortunately they didn't tie it in, which would have been fun. Would have been cool and probably would have helped the line. Transformers Prime sold very poorly in Japan, and the show got canceled earlier than expected. And they even acknowledged it on the very last episode of Transformers Prime. Go watch the last episode. The Arms Micron Theater segment literally said, "It's a shame the toys didn't sell well." And then one of them goes, "No, no, no, don't talk about that." Like they literally acknowledged it on TV, which was hilarious. Prince and Phalanx 59 Proto, what's for dinner? Just before I came here today, I went to the mother-in-law's and had a giant Vietnamese feast of epic proportions. I had Vietnamese pho, I had banh mi, which is like a sandwich, and sasu, which is like a barbecue pork thing. Really good stuff today. Really, really good stuff. I am full, to say the least. To say the least. And Butters, I don't know what Butters had. He was chilling over here. He had cat puke, right, sir? How you doing? How you doing? Um, he's just sitting in my lap right now. You guys can't see. But I don't want to move the camera down. It's going to screw up everything. But Horned Owl artifact weapons don't even have to be mini cons, just standard accessories that come with it. No, yeah, no. Well, see, the thing is, Horned Owl is I think we're going to see a lot of those indirectly through some of those original 13 characters next year. I mean, the Quill, with the book, if we get an Alpha Trion, the hammer, the Star Saber blade, if we ever get like, an update of my boy that I have here, my version of Prima, which is obviously just the repaint of the amazing Optimus from the preview Optimus from 2007, Protoform Optimus. So, but yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Hey, sir. Um, I forgot what I was going to say too. There was something else I wanted to talk about quickly because so after BotCon, the next show that's going to be coming up is TFCon, which, if I remember correctly, is not the next weekend. It's the weekend after that. I am totally lost with my timing here. And I believe all the guests have been announced at this point. The only thing that hasn't been announced yet has been the exclusives. None of the exclusives have been announced yet. So stay tuned for that, for the third party exclusives. Again, we're going to be announcing something too next week here on the podcast. It's going to be the TFCon exclusive through us, through the podcast. And we always have a deal with any patrons that have been part of the Patreon for 4 months or more up to this point. They get it for free. So we're going to have a whole kind of thing with that where you could either pick it up at the show or I could ship it to you. You just got to pay shipping, but it is free. We'll work that out. We'll talk about it next week. It'll be a big reveal. Stay tuned for that. Be sure to come by next week. We got a whole bunch of cool stuff. Uh, Billy B, watch Prima come out looking like Rung. God, I hope not. I really hope not. I hope that Prima looks like Prima. I hope that he looks like a really cool leader-esque Optimus kind of character. I know the 13th is supposed to be Optimus, but or whoever's holding the Matrix. Did we get Star Saber with our? We did get the Star Saber, but not a trans. I want a transformable one though. Yeah, I know we get them as accessories every so often. They pack them in. They get something that's shaped here or there, but I want something that's legitimately, transforming mini cons, combining. The last time we got that was that Generations 3-pack there, which was based off of those IDW mini cons there, which weren't even Armada based mini cons. Black Crow Vengeance #1. What's your fave barbecue meat? Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh, that's a tough one because like when we have barbecue, we make everything. And because we make everything, because you have like I mean, this might sound like basic, but like nothing beats like a really good barbecue footlong. Like that has little cuts in the meat, like of the sausage. Like those are amazing, you know? But a great hamburger is good too. But also like when we put pork chops on there, we'll put boneless chicken on there, skewers, beef skewers. Like, gosh, I can't pick. There's so much good stuff. I've never had fried chicken though. You have fried chicken, you said on there. I've never had fried chicken on a barbecue. That would always be fried, I would imagine. But that's too tough to decide. I'm a big hot dog guy. I really love hot dogs. Really good. In Quebec, like the whole poutine thing that everyone hears about, poutine is associated with all the hot dog joints here in Montreal, Quebec. So like I'm a big hot dog guy. Brisket, I'm not too big on. Not too big on brisket. I don't know. Brisket's more of like a, you could have that any time of the year kind of thing. I don't know. But that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know. I'll go with just like a really good like ballpark Frank kind of, just huge giggity hot dog. Ketchup. Maybe put some banana peppers that have been cut in half and sliced in there. Mm, good stuff. Where are we at? Where are we at? Woot by Ashnud and then Princeton Phalanx 59. I wonder how many more times Hasbro will use that Megatron mold. I'm hoping that this is it. That this might be the last one. I thought it was the last when we got the Nemesis bridge set there and they like did the perfect repaint. I'm like, all right, there we go. We're done. We've reached the apex. This is how as good as it's gonna get. And well, they still kept going. Granted, yeah, it was the minor Megatron mold, so it's the slightly different one, but it is what it is. Roman Schillen fan hobby has the Armada Star Saber coming. Yeah, I don't really count third party. That's kind of its own thing. Like that's me going like, oh my god, they finally did an update of Chop Shop. There was third party Chop Chops and all those guys like twice over by two different companies. I don't really count that. That's kind of a different animal, you know kind of a different animal completely. Third party doesn't fall into that official territory. They're cool. I respect third party. I think the engineering is awesome. Sometimes not a fan of the price, but I do understand the manufacturing process does lead to it being more expensive. Some of them have really good quality. Some of them have not so really good quality. So, but there's cool stuff once in a while from third party. When they do stuff, I've said it before on the podcast. Whenever they do third party stuff that is ideas that I truly feel companies will never do, like they're just like completely impossible ideas, then like I'm a little more receptive to it. Like third party doing, I don't know, like the any of the Nintendo stuff, any video game related, stuff to Transformers that's like Nintendo related or Sonic. It's like, ooh, that's a gray area that I don't really see them doing. Talib, just wait. Studio Series 86 Megatron is another repaint. I wouldn't, no joke, legit Talib, if they released that Nemesis Bridge Megatron with that paint scheme as Studio Series 86 Megatron, no joke, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. I am totally 100% would not be surprised. Like it's just that where you can't do it justice where it could be done legally. You just can't. You just can't. Like, I mean, it's hilarious. Like, I talked about it, and then people were criticizing me, going like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Proto. Like, you're Canadian. You don't understand gun laws." My information didn't come from me. I didn't make this stuff up. It came from Aaron Archer, who I'm pretty sure has tried in Hasbro internally as head as product general manager to make it happen. This come from the guy who had to go through those hurdles officially. So don't take it from me. You know what I mean? I'm just relaying the official by God's word information. So it is what it is. Like I think we've talked about it once or twice even on the podcast, like me and him together, like we did it. So I mean, come on, guys, it's just not going to happen unless it's Japanese exclusive. But that's a different conversation. Prince and Phalanx 59, are you growing a beard, Proto? No, I'm not. You know what happens? In case you didn't notice with the hair, I have a lot of testosterone, deep voice. If I don't shave, no joke, for like one day, this is what happens. No joke. This is like one day of not shaving. So I'm gonna shave. I actually stay on top of my shaving. I always shave almost every day. So it's just that we had a very busy day today because we went out shopping. I wanted to pick up some stuff. There was a new store that was opening up here in Montreal called Imaginaire, which is like a trading card model kit store. So I wanted to kind of check that out on its opening day. We went out to eat. We went to grab a bite too. We wanted to go out and grab something before we have our big vacations coming up. And then we went by the mother-in-law's and had a big supper and everything too. So people probably want to see you, sir. Ugh. Here, up here. There you go. Where are we at here? That would be so funny. I will never grow a beard. I'm not a beard. I actually hate this. I hate beards. If I could, like, no joke, like this, boom, and never have it again, I would. I would in a heartbeat. Billy B, I'm okay with a tank simply because, like, the gun mode is as an accessory for the other figure. Yeah, you make a little gun. Look, hey, GI Joe's able to get away with little guns. And then Starscream could hold it, and that'll be the end of that. Or Soundwave or whatever. I bet Hasbro would manage to make the IDW Stealth Bomber Megatron using the Siege mold somehow. Well, I mean, think about it. The Siege mold was used to make the Shattered Glass one, which was also kind of a ship. So they kind of almost did it. What a flex. I have a lot of testosterone. I got a blood test. That's how I know that. In fact, Proto had to hire extra security to fight off the. No, yeah, I did a testosterone test a while back because there's negative effects of having too much testosterone too. When you do car mechanic stuff and you're dealing with chemicals, I mean, you guys can't see it anymore. It's hard to see on camera. I had like a chemical burn on my arm for many years, and they were using some antifungal cream to kind of get rid of it. Someone who is a much more knowledgeable person in chemicals and fluids could explain it to me, but somehow all those years of bleeding coolant and it, like, getting stuck on the wrist of my uniform kind of like gave me a chemical burn. I even showed it to an engineering friend of mine. Shout out to Aeronaut. He works in factories and stuff like that to deal with all kinds of stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, it looks like a chemical burn." And I showed it to a doctor once, but they wanted to do all kinds of blood tests and everything just to make sure I was okay. Because you never know when you work in that environment, you never know, you never know. That's why a lot of us guys we make good money and then we retire early. We just we retire early and stay out of that, and then like we become a service manager in the front or something afterwards. Stay away from all that stuff. It's good for the body and good for the health. Joseph, that's my new pickup line. Trust me, baby, I have too much testosterone. I don't think I've ever used that as a pickup line. Again, the negative of too much testosterone is early male pattern balding because it gives you too much DHT. Any guy who takes a lot of steroids, which is horse testosterone, it's the first thing to go. Good old Dwayne Johnson lost his whole head of hair that way. And let's not even talk about Hulk Hogan. Joseph Ritter, oh no, he already posted Joseph. Where are we at? T-Formers 2002, Man Proto, you're speaking my language. If I could remove my facial hair forever, I would. I would. I hate it. And it grows in so thick so quickly. It's nuts. It is absolutely nuts. Look at my arms, man. Like, that's why I remember when I did one of my commercial segments, and someone's like, "Wow, Proto Man, you have such nice arms." And that wasn't my arm. Trust me. If you see a hairy hand or a hairy arm handling a product, you know it's me. If you see a nice smooth one, it's the lady. It's the ladies handling them. James Hopkins, so Proto, if you retired, what would you do with all that free time? I've said it to Jaws D. I said, if I was like super rich, no joke, I would rent because Jaws D lives like a good 45 minutes away from me. I would rent a good office space that was in between us, so it'd be even, and then we would meet every day, and we'd record like a really good sit down everyday podcast. We'd record a really good something that, like, I don't want to say like Joe Rogan, but like Joe Rogan, something that's just like really just sit down and talk anything. Hey, did you see this in the news today? Oh, the new X-Men movie or whatever. Like I'd love to do something like that. Just like you have to understand, Transformers Slag podcast was born out of the term slag, meaning to shoot the shit, right? And it was just like I just love having that kind of stuff. We could just talk about whatever. That's what I would do. I would do a daily podcast where we go for like 2 hours talking about whatever, and then enjoy the rest of my life. I'd just do more sports, more exercise, play more basketball, play more hockey, just do more of that. Maybe be more creative. When you have all the time in the world, you could be either one of those boring people that have nothing to do, or you could be one of those people that have a lot to do. And I have a lot to do. There's a lot of creative stuff that I could be doing. I'm not a big Netflix, sit down and watch 50 shows thing. I'm very bad with that actually. I have to schedule my video game playing. I usually try to schedule in an hour or two of video game at the end of the day. But I would definitely do more other stuff. This guy is going to be freaking out the whole time. He's so needy, this cat. You have no idea. Um, Never had a cat like it that was this needy. I've had like 15, 16 cats growing up, never had this. And I'm more of a dog guy, imagine. I'm a dog person. Hey Proto, have you seen the Haya Toys 4-inch GI Joe line? They announced the Dusty. Yep. Michael Koo sent me an email and he let me know about it. I saw it was it yesterday or this? Yeah, I think it was yesterday morning I saw it. It looks really good, but to be fair, it looks like they took the classified one and shrunk it down. But I mean, it still looks awesome. It looks really good. I'm definitely going to get it. How much do those normally go for? Because I never got any of the other ones. Man, his hair is going everywhere. Ah. How much do those usually go for, those 4-inch ones? I'm very curious because it does interest me though. 100% I'm going to pick, like 100% I'm picking that up. Now we need a Super 7 screen accurate cartoon Dusty where they call him Rudat, which is actually not his file card name. Brainstorm 2002. Hey Proto, how you doing, Brainstorm? Alice Devil, if you hate it enough, I got cash. You could try electrolysis to get. No, I'm not going to do that. That's craziness. That's crazy. You know what's funny? Because every girl I talk to, they love it. They say it looks good, and I always tell them it looks good. It just doesn't. I don't know if you guys can even hear it. It just doesn't feel good. It feels like sandpaper, and I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Patrick Brown, Proto, does your lady ever travel to big city cons with you, or does she prefer to stay home and avoid the craziness? She's a geek too. She loves that stuff. She goes to all the local shows here. So even like the big anime conventions and stuff, you'll always see her with me with those. She cosplays even. You probably maybe have seen some of her cosplay online. Um, she cosplayed the Baroness, Chung Li, Huntress, but based off of the Bruce Tim, not Bruce Tim, the Bruce Tim Justice League Unlimited version, which is kind of based off of the Jim Lee Birds of Prey one. She cosplayed as Lego Batman once. Whole bunch of weird stuff she did. But the bigger shows that travel to, she will be at San Diego Comic-Con. She will be at that one. I can't say that she's ever been to any of the BotCons with me. She's been to some of the TF cons, but not all of them. Those are, to be fair, and I'm not trying to insult TFCon, but those are more smaller shows, and it's not usually worth the travel to bring more people. You know, I go to those shows just to have fun and hang out and do business and everything. So, um, where are we at here? But yeah, she's just as much into this as I am. She has her own toy collection of stuff. She loves her Lego minifig. She loves her Gem and the holograms. She loves her Tokidoki and Kid Robot and that kind of stuff. The little vinyl figures. Real talk, like for sure at San Diego Comic-Con, there's going to be exclusives there from Tokidoki that she's probably going to pick up. No joke. And Kid Robot. Again, this cat is named Butters because of her, because she loves South Park and she loves that stuff too. Where are we at here? Brainstorm says, hey Proto, did you see that new pictures of the third party A86 Drift? No, I did not. There's new pictures. I must see them because that is a third party thing I must get because I owned that car at one point. I love the 86 Corolla or the Hachiroku Torino back in the day. I'll definitely check those out afterwards. I'm surprised I didn't see those yet. Talib says they're $24.99. Okay, that's cool. That's definitely affordable. It's a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. Okay, thank you, Talib. James Hopkins. You have to grow it out a few months, and the beard will. No, I'm not. I am never in my life am I growing out a beard ever. Again, no offense, to people who love beards. I kind of feel it's a little unhygienic. I'm just not a fan of it. It's not comfortable. I don't like it. I don't think it looks good personally. It's just me. If it works for you, it works for you. Um, I have a good jawline, so I feel why hide it? You know, if you don't have a good jawline, maybe grow a beard. Who said that? Who said? I remember someone said it. There was these two guys arguing at a con, and then someone said that beards are the makeup for men or something. I remember hearing something like that. Not my words. I remember hearing that somewhere, and I was like, "Ooh, that stings for people." Ugh. Uh, time of the end for $2. A DWJ made a shockwave into a gun number 9 of the new comic. Well, shockwave turns into a laser gun. That's so much like safer. You know what I mean? Like, look at Classics 2006 Megatron that turned into a Nerf gun. So, or look at they did the gun Optimus gimmick Nerf gun for Rise of the Beasts. They could do a shockwave, like, and it wouldn't look weird because shockwave is those fantastical kind of extraterrestrial laser gun. Laser man, laser wave. You know, he could get away with that. But and so I could see that happening. Megatron were more, it has to look like a real gun. Doesn't have to be a Walter P-38, German gun, but it has to look like a real gun. People kind of want that. They want a grayish silver, chromy kind of gun. They want that. Patrick Brown, most of my recent cosplay was White Ranger. Made the shield myself. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would love to, if I ever cosplayed, I'd do a Power Ranger guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to do Deca Break from Deca Ranger, but it's expensive. The helmet is like $200, so it's like, and for something I'm going to wear once, have the helmet chilling in the background. Mark Morales with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Mark. Still got food in me. Thank you for the super chat, Mark. I put my hand near him. He's like, oh. Many years ago, I bought the Siege Jetfire FAO Schwartz in New York City. That was just before they closed up, eh? I went there too during their last couple of days. They had 20 copies. Unfortunately, the entire Transformer section was removed when I came. Oh, it's true. FAO Schwartz, not the Toys R Us. I think it was it in the FAO Schwartz building? I don't know. I'm not a big New York guy, so I don't know. That's crazy if they still had them. You know? Wonder how much did you pay for those? They must have been a good price. James Hopkins, my wife would kill me if I shaved my beard. Then she doesn't like what's under there, my friend. Real talk. Maybe you have to have a conversation. Shackwave. Yeah, good old Shackwave. It was a Laser Man, Shackwave. What's the other? There was another. Galactic Man was the other trademark, but through Radio Shack. Galactic Man. Ashnud, super lazy about my beard, so I grow it out for 2 months, and then I put it down to a 5 o'clock shadow. Me, I shave like every second day. And the only reason why I shave every second day is just because razors are expensive, and I always get I used to get, so I would get really, really expensive razors, then I like dumbed it down to like the Mach 3 turbos, and I buy them in bulk from when they're on sale at Costco, I'll buy like no joke, like 100 of them. And then like Jaws D was like, dude, join the Dollar Shave Club. No joke, Dollar Shave Club can't handle this. It can't. Like, I bought them, the blades were bending. Like, I could literally put the blade and let go and it'd be stuck to my face. Like, so I need like Mach 3 turbo or above, and Quattros. I don't like the shit Quattro blades for all. Sorry for any of the lady listeners who are like, oh God, he's talking about beard talk. But Schick Quattros, my hair jams it, so it doesn't shave well. It has to be Mach 3 turbo. That's the only thing. And I can't use electric. An ex-girlfriend of mine, she bought me an electric razor, and the screen, no joke, got torn to pieces from my facial hair. It destroyed it. Like the little metal mesh, it got destroyed, like as if like rubbing it on a screen door. Trust me, this is insane. I hate it. You are welcome to, if you want to, come to me at the con and just do this and feel how sharp it is. It is crazy. Just make sure you wash your hands first. You have a piece of doo-doo on my, that ain't chocolate. It's doo-doo, baby. That's doo-doo, baby. Where are we at here? T-Formers 2002. Yeah, Shockwave and Six Shot recent toys are flipped upside down. Boat modes. Well, that's how they get away with it. It's Megatron is too much of a loaded one, you know? Too much of a loaded one. Way too much of a loaded one. But you okay, Butters? You okay? You okay? He's falling asleep. He sleeps on my lap and he falls asleep and he's gonna fall out of my lap. You can see the hair flying around. Oh my goodness. Time for another shave, sir. You too, you need a shave. Proto has a beard of steel. No joke. Like, I wish you guys could hear that. It's insane. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, I wish I could like show it. Dave Chappelle, you know what's up. It's doo-doo, baby. Get that chocolate out your face. I watched nothing but Dave Chappelle during HasCon that whole weekend. That weekend was so boring. There's a reason why there never was another HasCon. It was such a boring weekend. We just went back to our hotel room and watched Dave Chappelle stand up all week. It was so boring. Proto needs laser vision to shave that. Oh gosh. That's true. Hey, what does Superman do? He shoots it in the mirror and it shoots back on his face. He does something like that. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's life for you. You just got to deal with it. The only other alternative is take like estrogen pills, and that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Rather have a lot of testosterone than a lot of estrogen. Right, sir? Airy Nuts for the $2 thought on Sonic crossover listing. I mean, that'd be really cool if it is a Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. I actually recently watched with friends the Knuckles miniseries because that was like a quick watch. It was like 6 episodes and they're only 20 minutes each. So it was kind of like watching a movie. Like if you watch all 6 episodes, what a wild show. It's all about Knuckles in a lot of ways. Oh, battery is low. One sec, Butters, gotta get the charger. Guess I didn't charge the old keyboard last week. Ugh. There we go. What a weird show. A whole episode based on Jewish Shabbat and Knuckles talking about Jewish cuisine. Like it's okay. All right. Like I mean Knuckles is still the best part of the show. But I mean what a weird 6 episodes. It's Knuckles' road trip to go bowling. And then he has a Jewish Friday Shabbat sit down and talks about gefilte fish. Okay. Yeah, let's get to that Sonic 3 movie already. uh Sonic 3's episode 4 is crazy. Which episode was that one? That was the one. What was episode 4? Oh, did the stream freeze for a second? Did it? From just plugging it in? I don't know. It didn't freeze. Just want to make sure it didn't freeze, guys. Got to make sure everything is good in the hood. But yeah, I mean, I hope it's like a Sonic crossover because it would just be cool to get video game stuff, you know? Um, did it freeze? Damn. Oh well. Alden Tolbert with the $2 super chat. Imagine if Unicron had a mob boss Flurry Heart. I have no idea what you're talking about, brother. Flurry Heart? Mob boss Flurry Heart. What do you mean his voice? If he sounded like Big Boss from Cops. Yeah. You know? Oh, the Dream episode. Yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah. That was the one that had oh God, I'm trying to remember because that's the problem when you binge everything, you forget like the stuff in between. Jeez, what was that episode? That was the one where Wade thought yeah, it was like a musical and he was dressed as Knuckles, if I remember correctly, something like that. Oh God, that's why I hate binging because you end up not enjoying it for its individuality. It all just kind of merges into one. And I don't want to spoil it for people if they haven't seen it. The first Sonic movie is pretty good. Second Sonic movie, I like the Knuckles stuff. It has a few little nods here and there to the video game. It's obviously its own thing, separate from it. And then the Knuckles series is very wild, is the best way to put it. It's very unique. I just wanted more Knuckles because Idris Elbus or whatever his name is did a really good job. I like him. He's cool. Did really good. Larry, what's up, Larry? How you doing, man? Um, you thought the Knuckles show was all right. Brainstorm 2002. Yeah, again, I thought it was interesting. It felt like two things about it. It felt like you very much realized that they had no budget. So they're like, "Oh, first episode, here's Knuckles and Tails and their voice actors and just the black lady that was married to Cyclops. I don't know the name of the actor. But I just call him Cyclops from the X-Men movies. So it's like, "Oh, so they can only afford these three actors." And then the rest of it is just whoever they could get, you know? For the rest of it. It's like a budget Sonic 2.5 movie before Sonic 3. Waiting for the TMNT crossover. Looks good from the reviews I have seen. It looks good. It's just I want to get it cheap because I want to buy multiple of them. I can't just buy one and just make it Raphael and call it a day. I'd feel weird. Um, Billy B going to theaters is stupid expensive. We took the grandkids to see In Out 2. First time since The Meg. We paid a $100 bill for 2 adults. Are you serious? And 2 grandkids? What? Is it really that? The last movie I saw in theaters was probably, geez, what was the last movie I saw in theaters? If I don't count the Transformers 40th anniversary thing, which I saw in theaters with Larry, and Jaws D. Geez, what was the last movie I saw? Was it Mario? No, that must have been something. Oh, Rise of the Beast, I guess. Yeah, Rise of the Beast was probably the last movie I saw in theaters. I don't remember how much I paid for my ticket, but yeah, man, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Uh, where are we at here? T-Formers 2002. I hate binging too. That's why I love shows that you have to wait a week for release. Well, especially me, I like it that you watch the show, you could absorb what you saw in that 20 minutes or that like 40 minutes if it's an hour long show, and then you could talk about it. And really, like one show I remember really appreciating watching it week to week and always talking about that wasn't Transformer related was Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, which was like that first animated series, not the Fox one, the early 2000s one before the movies came out. And I loved like binging those. Not binging them, like just watching them individually and then talking about them. And somewhere on cybertron.ca is like a thread of us talking about every episode somewhere in the public. And just me talking about like, ooh, they really know how to draw the women in this one. Yeah. Because I'm a pervert. Um, and I will always openly admit that. Um, but it is what it is. Prince of Phalanx 59, Proto, are you going to get that SDCC exclusive Death's Head? 100%. I talked about it. Look at that. I am so stoked. You have no idea. It is based off of Marvel trading cards. That alone. That alone. Let's say it wasn't Death's Head in that box and it was Loki or I don't know, Hulk in that same kind of card style, I still would have bought it. That is so cool that it's based off of the old Marvel Impel trading cards. The fact that it's Death's Head and has a Transformer connection, brother, I'm buying two. You know, like it looks so good. It looks so good. James Marsden, thank you, Boo. I'm bad with actor names. I don't care about actors really. It's like, yeah, that guy's Cyclops to me. He lost every girl he's ever had. He was Cyclops, lost the girl to Wolverine. He was the Lois Lane's boyfriend, husband, whatever. Lost him to Superman in Superman Returns. And I thought he was gonna lose, his wife to the Hedgehog. Or maybe even to a very sexy Idris Alba as Knuckles. James Hobson, Kong versus Godzilla is the last one I saw in theaters. That I didn't see in theaters. That one I waited for. And minus one, I didn't see in theaters either. And after seeing it, I went, shame on me. I should have seen it in theaters because some of my local theaters in the we have like we call it the Latin district where they play all the foreign movies and stuff in that theater. I should have saw it there. You know, I regret not seeing it there. Oh, that's the other San Diego Comic Con. So like, there's a lot of other cool San Diego Comic Con exclusives that are not Transformer related. I mean, I want the Street Sharks Pool Shark Ripster. It's like Ripster in a leather jacket with a pool cue and like it's really cool. I want to get that. I want to get the Godzilla and Megalon 2-pack where they're shaking hands from Super 7. I want to get what else was there? There's a lot of really cool ones. I'm going to be poor. I'm telling you, after SDCC, I'm going to be so broke as a joke. You have no idea. It is going to be nuts. But there's a lot of really cool stuff. Even that Cobra Commander one, the I Was Once a Man one, that one's tempting. That one's really tempting because I like the G.I. Joe animated movie. Hey man, I watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes for the plot. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When Miss Marvel was actually good, Carol Danvers, when she was actually good with Black Widow and Wasp, throwing a little bit of Enchantress in there, and let's just say we're all very happy. Um, but it's good stuff, very good stuff. But the thing that sucks with the Hasbro thing is so they're saying that if you're at the con, you have to take your ticket and you have to apply for a lottery apparently for each individual item. Because apparently in the past they used to try to do it at the show and stuff would sell out and people would be pissed. So now you have to take your ticket, like your San Diego Comic Con pass. You have to go to San Diego Comic Con's portal, exclusives portal, which opens up, I believe, on July 8th. And then you have to put yourself in the lottery for which items that you want. So I might not even get an opportunity to get any of these Hasbro items. At least I know the Jada stuff, the pink Chung Li, uh, the missus, she wants that one. So, and that doesn't have a lottery. So at least we could walk up and buy that one. The Violent Ken, I'm kind of tempted, but I don't know. I wasn't planning on getting any of the Jada stuff, but she wants the Chung Li. So it has that little, so she wants that. She likes to own anything she cosplays. Um, and then the pool shark one that doesn't have the thing, but all the Hasbro stuff, I'm worried because I'm like, I want that Death's Head. And if I can't get that Death's Head, that's gonna suck. I'm gonna have to go on eBay and pay secondary market prices, and I am worried what that might cost. So but again, you have to do it in a lottery. So it's like you're not even guaranteed if you could get it, even if you go to the show. So it is what it is. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Patrick Brown told you minus one, in my opinion, is the best Godzilla movie I've seen ever. It definitely, I will say this, as someone who watches a lot of tokusatsu, loves Ultraman, for years I used to always say out of all the tokusatsus, Power Rangers stuff, which is Sentai, the Godzilla and the Ultraman stuff. I always used to say like Ultraman, and let's throw in Gamera here and there in the odd Rodan movie. I've always said Ultraman, especially recent Ultraman, had some of the best special effects, especially some of the Ultraman movies, had really good special effects. Godzilla minus one blew him out of the water. I was like, oh damn, okay, we got some next level, men in rubber suits action going on. Well, it's not men in rubber suits anymore, but you know what I mean. Like they really knocked it out of the park. It was really good. And the budget was like nothing, I heard too. Like they made a lot of money on nothing. So props to them. Props to them, man. Props to them. But yeah, I hope that I could get Death's Head. Like, if I go in the lottery thing and I don't get the Fractured Friendship set, or like let's say I don't get an opportunity to buy that one, or if I don't get the I Was Once a Man, whatever, that's fine. But I need to get that Death's Head. That's the one that's like I need to walk away with that for sure. So at least by having Sandy, I have two chances. What I've heard. So we'll see what happens. You know, I'll never forget at HasCon the lines to get all the exclusives at HasCon was absolute bananas. So Hey Proto, I was thinking of buying the Black Convoy repaint of G1 Prime for $250. Is that a good deal? Are you referring to the Black Convoy, which was the year 2000 reissue G1 Prime, like in 1984? That's pretty standard. It was, if I remember correctly, that was a JAFCon exclusive, JAF Con exclusive, which is like a Japanese convention. I think that's when it came out. It was either 2000 or 2001 that came out because I know that it came out around the same time as Scourge Black Convoy from Car Robots. So it's like which one came first, which was the true first black repaint. So that's pretty standard. That's more or less what it goes for. So, I mean, you're not getting ripped off, but it's not like a crazy deal either. It was just kind of like a limited exclusive. And I always worry one day maybe Hasbro is just going to do a black repaint of the black of the G1, and then like the value of that will go. You know, that's the thing that always sucks. If you have like a unique paint scheme, a unique color wave like the powered convoy, you know, the Ultra Magnus Diaclone colored one that they did a limited run through, I believe, E Hobby. That holds its value, but because they haven't done a reissue of it since then in that original one. But I mean, imagine if they took like Missing Link Optimus and painted it black. The value of that one, you know, dead. So it's good. It's decent. That's kind of what it goes for. But at the same time, be wary, my friend. Be wary. You never know what the future will bring. I believe it was a JAFCon exclusive. Now it's going to bother me. One moment. This is when knowledge is more important than anything right now. One sec. We got only 13 minutes left. I apologize. One moment. Black Convoy. Let me see. Black Convoy. Clone of Optimus. I need the Black Convoy from Generation 1. And I need to find that G1 JAF. Yeah, it was a JAFCon exclusive. I was right. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's 250. You could do worse. You could do worse. I would go for it. I would go for it. God, we have only like 12 minutes left for super chats and everything. Oh, there's Butters. Butters. You can see Butters almost in the reflection. Let's see him in the reflection there. One sec. He's right there. See that white mold over there, chilling on the couch. Chilling on the couch. Uh, Either way, I mean, I think that I believe Hasbro Pulse said that they're going to be getting 10% of inventory uh for the Hasbro Pulse website. So if you just wake up super early and slide in, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to pick them up. I believe like, the GI Joe one will be fine. There's enough for everybody to go around. The Death's Head, it might be a little obscure for people. Like I love it, but I don't know if it'll like sell out right away. But some of the others, who knows? Who knows? Knowing is half the battle. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Oh my goodness. Like I'm just looking around me like I've been sorting tons of toys recently. I've been getting ready for the parts party for TFCon. Every year I have a parts party at TFCon Toronto. And then I also donate one or two items to the charity auction of stuff that I feel will have some kind of value. So like I don't have it. They're all upstairs packed away. But I had an individual. I don't know if he wants his name to be said. He sent me a few things, and I was like, "Oh, I'll put that in the charity auction. I'm pretty sure that'll sell well. It'll get like anything that I feel like you could get like $100 for it. That'll go better for the charity auction. Like for me to sell stuff at the parts party that's $100. I try to keep everything in my parts party as cheap as possible because people are going to spend money all that weekend. The last thing they're going to do is come to my room and spend $100 unless it's to see something. But that's a whole other story. But either way, giggity. But when you put it in the charity auction, that stuff happens. There's a few good items here and there. We will see. This is probably gonna end up in the parts party. One half one half of this parts party for sure. A few other stuff. Packing away everything. Prince of Alex 59. What do you think of Hasbro reveal of the Studio Series? What do you think Hasbro will reveal the Studio Series 86 Optimus? Well, we have that date there that supposedly happens the Sunday of TFCon, but like at 9 p.m. And I don't know if that's related to Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. It might be a Japanese thing, and they'll be the first ones to reveal it. But that's the date that we have for what might be Studio Series 86 Optimus. So whatever the Sunday is for TFCon, someone in the chat who knows, $100 to touch the beard? No, that's free. As long as there ain't any doo-doo, baby. That's free. Don't worry about it. Larry Reed. Larry here. What do you say, Larry? Premier Hasbro member for these. Well, so there you go. So you'll get an opportunity. You'll get an opportunity that people will be able to pick them up. And we haven't had problems in the past, you know. Yeah, it sells out quickly, but I think like as long as you're there like within the first like half hour, I think everyone gets their. It's never anything too crazy like, oh man, 5 minutes and it's all gone. You know, like some crazy like amiibo pre-order or something. It's funny how all those aged, you know, sell out instantly, and now it's like people can't get rid of them. Jeez. We have 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left, and then I am going upstairs to chillax for the rest of the evening. It is, I might as well say this Monday is Canada Day. So happy Canada Day to my fellow Canadians. So you have Monday off, and I'm going to be enjoying my Monday. I want to go out to eat at a Chinese restaurant or something. That's kind of my goal. I want to go to one of my old stomping grounds, Kamshing. I'm going to try to do that. So I'm going to check that out on Canada Day because the Chinese don't rest on Canada Day. They're going to make the money, and I will gladly give it to them for a beef and broccoli with fried noodles and rice. So. Brainstorm 2002. All right, the Black Convoy is in my eBay cart. Gonna wait till Monday for my paycheck. That's the way to do it, my brother. I actually have stuff sitting in my eBay cart also. It's not even expensive stuff. It's more just the guy who I buy from. Sometimes he has like sales. Like all of a sudden, everything on his store is like 10% off. So I wait till that happens and then I do it. Do you do fireworks? Oh, Billy B. You go to the old port in Montreal on Canada Day. Oh my God, you are going to see fireworks. It is beautiful. Yeah, man, they do fireworks. They do fireworks. No joke. Last year, Ultra Magnus was revealed at SDCC, so maybe the Optimus. Yep, you're totally right, Talib. Totally right. That was Evan and BMAX panel. They showed it off. What you having for Canada Day? Don't know yet. I would like to get. I saw this really good. I don't know. You don't have this brand. It's Irresistibles is the brand. I don't know what the supermarket chain is in the States, but Irresistibles is the brand, and they have a s'mores cake. So it's marshmallows, chocolate, and then the graham cracker. And I'll get that as like a my cheat food for Canada Day. It'll be our little like cake for everybody. Beef and broccoli is where it's at. I always say if I was going to jail and I'm going to have a last meal and I'm going to the electric chair, and what's my last meal? It's going to be beef with Canadian broccoli. That's what we call it. It's American broccoli, but when you tell it to them, beef with Canadian broccoli, it's just broccoli because that way they don't give you bok choy instead. Beef with Canadian broccoli with fried noodles and a little steamed rice on the side, some orange beef. You're making me hungry. Just thinking about it. Horndal, what was the Symbiot Studio reveal today? I only saw the 50% sale. Thank you for reminding me. I might as well just give it a plug again before we call it quits, although I will try to read the very last stuff, people, so don't worry if you want to put a super chat. So Symbiot revealed today, we revealed the brand new 3.0 version 3 of Grimlock. This one is extremely screen accurate. Version 1 sold out very quickly. Version 2, which was just more of a colorized version, sold out very quickly. This is version 3. That's much more screen accurate. It's probably going to sell out quickly, but this was our reveal today. And there also is right now a pre-San Diego Comic-Con sale on SymbiotStudios.com, 50% off to even 67% off on some of their plushes that you could get ridiculously cheap. Go get Primal. Go get my boy Primal, man. Like, I mean, you could get Hot Rod cheap. Yeah, sure. Sure, get Hot Rod. You know, get my boy. Get my boy Hot Rod with his nice spoiler in the back there and everything. But it's all about this guy right here. The monk. The monk. Butters is looking at me like, what are you doing, bro? Uh where are we at here? Where are we at? Where are we at? Again, check it out, symbiotstudios.com. T-Former Studios, I'd feel weird touching Protoman's face. I'll take your word for it. Hey, you do what you want to do, man. I don't encourage it. I'm just saying. You do what you want to do. Prince of Valings 59. So what figure do you think should be a priority to get in the final wave of Legacy, since certain figures are hard to get in the last wave? That's a good question. I think the one that'll probably age the best in terms of value will probably be the Quake. I know it's probably not the most popular. Like, everyone's looking at the Optimus, everyone's looking at that. But the Quake is going to be like look at Titan's Return. Like, no joke, look up Titan's Return Misfire, right? The Target Master, Headmaster character. Because that's the best version of that character, look how much he goes for right now. So Quake is going to get a Target Master kind of misfire situation. I think he's going to be the one. Not initially, but give it a couple years and people are going to be like, oh, damn, like I need a Quake for my collection. What's the best one? Oh, snap. This is the best one with Target Masters. Telling you, like this is from, no joke, like 35 years of Transformer collecting and seeing like what goes up and down and what really holds value, you know? Oh, James, I'm going to shave before the con. I will. There's going to be nothing there, but it grows back. I'll shave, no joke. I'm going to shave Friday morning. I'm going to do the charity auction Friday evening. I'm going to wake up Saturday morning, and I'm already going to have a 5 o'clock shadow. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Effing sucks. Yeah, Misfire was also very late wave with low numbers. Guess what? So is Quake. Watch. Quake is going to be the same story. You're going to see that last wave is going to be the same story. I'm telling you. I just have that vibe. There's certain characters, those last wave guys, you know. What's it called there? What was the name of that dude there that attached? It was from Kingdom and it was part of Metroplex. Jeez, what was his name? Did they call him by Scamper and Six Gun and oh my god, why am I blanking on his name right now? Like he's also tough to get. He was like late wave Kingdom, you know? And are they ever going to do him again? You know? Really obscure stuff. Grimlock Wave 3 is here soonish. Good. Slammer, thank you. Gosh, what's with my brain today? Anyways, should have known that. That's why I said them all. Six Gun, Scamper, Slammer, all of them. Slammer. Six Gun. There you go, Slammer. That's why. Naming them all. Joseph, when will Grimlock be available at San Diego Comic-Con? Let's confirm that right now. Will he be at San Diego Comic-Con, the Grimlock? Might as well get that confirmed for the news tomorrow, because I know that now that we've revealed it, it's going to be on the news websites. So might as well get that information squared off right away. Make it official. Make it official. Death's Head. Look how strong he is. He can beat up Rodimus Prime. As long as Simon Furman's writing it. Ramhorn. Yeah, Ramhorn's going to get an individual like core class thing. Not core class, Studio Series 86 kind of thing. They'll do something. Pack him in with somebody. Faux show. Faux show. But yeah, I think we are almost done today. I'll give it one more minute and then we'll call it quits. We had a good day today with my beautiful people. We topped out at around like 130, I think. People obviously have to go to bed. Death's Head plush when I would not recommend that. I would not recommend that. You know, if if no one is buying Hound, which sucks because Hound was so cool. I love that Hound plush, but it sold out in the end. But if no one was buying Hound, how would people buy Death's Head? There's certain characters that it's like, look, I think it would be cool Death's Head plush, get Simon Furman the side and the tag or something. I mean, it would be really awesome, but no one would buy it. That's the problem. There's certain the plush community, you got to think like a woman. You got to think like what would they love to own plush of? And it's no surprise, Grimlock. Grimlock is a character even in his full real Dinobot form is cute. So you plushify it and it just does well. So Starscream, no surprise he sells well. Why? Cuz even in his full form girls like him. So you got to go for those characters that have that appeal. Obviously you go with legendary 7s, you focus on those too because those will just always sell well, but you got to focus on characters that work in the plush form. You know, Soundwave does well doing his cassettes, kind of makes sense. There are supplemental products doing the Starscream and his Seekers. Skywarp is sold out right now on the website. No surprise, Skywarp sold out before Starscream's second wave. So you think the multi-pack Hound and Cliffjumper will get individual releases? I think the multi-pack Hound at some point will get a repaint, but it'll be like toy colors. Like this anime color one will be the pinnacle of anime colors, and then they'll do like a dark green toy colored version, maybe with chromy looking, metal areas or something. It'll obviously not be metal, but like the gray areas will be more chromy. So they'll figure out a way to make an excuse to do like the 4-pack. I wish I had the other one with me. I already packed it away, but that's something I could see them totally doing. And the Cliff Jumper, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That I doubt. That's something I could see them just kind of, one and done. Hey, it's cool, Transformers Prime. If we do see another Cliff Jumper, it'll just be a brand new tooling from the ground up. It won't be a re-release. Star Saber plush. Look, I love Star Saber, and Star Saber does have an SD form in the outro of Victory. Chi chi pui, chi chi pui, ba 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 ya ba ya. Star Saber kurirata. You could just copy that design, put a little cape, with a little pea stain on it. People know if they know what I'm talking about, they know. Um, but who would buy it? I'd buy it, and maybe 4 other guys, and that would be it. Dead Cliff Jumper and Energon colors. That'd be cool. The translucent purples with some zombie elements on it. I have the original one that came in that Cliff Jumper head from SDCC all those years ago. They could do that, but in terms of like a reissue 100% of the individual, nah, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do it. They would not do it. It is what it is. But yeah. I think we are done for tonight. I think that's it. So, guys, it's been fun. Butters, you want to say goodnight too, or are you just chilling over there? Anyways, we're going to call it a night tonight, guys. Past the 2-hour mark. Again, thank you all for joining me on the Transformer Slag podcast. If you want to keep supporting the podcast, the best way to do that is that Patreon link down there below. If you weren't super chatting, or the YouTube members over there's a YouTube member join button somewhere over here. And then, of course, in the description of this segment, we have the Patreon link to come join the Patreon, which is the best way to support the podcast because it gives you Discord access. It gives you all kinds of crazy stuff too. But next week, we will be revealing the TFCon exclusive for my patrons and for TFCon people at the show. Reminder again, if you're a patron of the podcast 4 months or longer, you get it for free. And I'm holding it in my hand right here. You can't see it. I'm holding the exclusive right here. Next week, guys, we'll have that revealed. We'll have some other reveals too. Until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you for all the love and support and all the great people who come by every week and support the podcast with super chats. The beautiful YouTube members, those are all those green names with the icons next to them, and all the love and support we get from them. Butters would say bye too, but he's currently licking himself. And maybe that's not for children. So we'll just leave it at that. I'm out of here. Take care of your friends, your family, your loved ones. Or yeah, Timmy K, double dip, get Patreon and YouTube membership. Gets you both. I'm out of here. I'm going to go upstairs, relax with the friends, the family, and the pussycat. And we're going to relax tonight. It's good stuff. And we'll talk again next week, because next week will be the last week of actually, I don't want to say it like that, because we might do a live stream at TFCon. It just might be on Sunday. I'll see how that'll all work out. But thank you all for the love and support. I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.
We're one transformer 立ち上がれ We're one transformer Cog power change We're one One chance 戦え時を超